Hello everyone. Welcome back to Pinky Hooks. I am your host, Shania Lancaster, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do what I am calling my little Liberty Bell toddler swing shirt. I know that's a mouthful. So this dress, or I'm going to say shirt, we'll just say like a long shirt, like, that flares out like a little bell. It is made out of 100% cotton. All right. So for this dress, it can be worn on 4th of July during the summer. Cotton is very breathable, as we all know. And I've done two different renditions. Actually, this is the first one, as you can see. And then I'm making these for a set of twins. So as you can see, I started this one as well, and I have to finish this one. It is going to be the reverse, the opposite. So as you can see, I am using red for their shoulders. Both girls will get this that looks alike, but then as we start to go down, the only difference is that the ivory, because this is ivory, not white, this dominates this dress. And of course, as you can see, and it may show up kind of black until I get up close, the navy dominates this dress, okay? Or shirt rather. So the yarn that I used for these projects, like I said, these are 100% cotton, okay? I used Hobby Lobby's I Love This yarn, okay? And each single one of these skeins, well, let me make sure, because sometimes colors will vary. They'll have different amounts of yardage. So I use their ivory. As you can see, it says ivory, and it has 180 yards. Let's make sure. And see, this is what I'm talking about. So for their red and white, which is called monkey red, there's only 153 yards. It's kind of weird to me. And then for their navy, let's see, 180 yards. So what did I say? 180, 153, and I think, okay, so for whatever reason, I guess, I don't know why they made this one less yardage, but nevertheless, one skein, I think this is, yeah. So both girls' shirts together, well, up in the shoulder area, it took one skein and a little bit over a second skein just to do both dresses, okay? And then for this one, since the dominant color is the ivory in this one, that took, but see, it's kind of hard. I'm going to say that this probably took one full skein. And the reason why I'm saying this, folks, is because when I started making these shirts or dresses, whatever you want to call them, I was going back and forth between the two. But I just wanted to eventually just concentrate on this one to get this tutorial out to you guys in time enough so that you had enough time to make it for 4th of July. So to be fair, if I had to calculate in my mind, I would say if you're doing this project as many rows as I did, just go ahead and it will be safe to say just to get the one skein. And then with the navy, I'm sure as I start to work on this will take at least one skein, because I'm going to need to basically make this one the dominant color on that. So there you go. Now, again, remember, it just depends on how big or how small you're making it. This is made for two young twins. They just turned 2. You might have heard me talk about them in the previous video that I did called Yarn Talk, and I was talking about the little dresses that I was trying to make a dress, but it didn't come out as a dress. So these 2-year-old girls, they seem like they're going to be like their dad. Like they got some height to them. So, yep. But so I'm just going to say that we are making a swing shirt. Okay, it's very simple, very, very simple. What I did was I did use a size 5.5 for this. Okay, again, I did not make any additional size. excuse excuse me, any additional sizes, because I don't really have the children in front of me, so I'm just winging it. Okay, you can tweak this for my more experienced or advanced crocheters. You guys already know how to do your own measurements. So I think that's pretty much it. It's very easy. I would consider this to be, I would say, an intermediate, beginner to intermediate project. If I did not have to work as much as I did, right, during the weekday, I would say it's safe to say that you could finish this in a day. If you got time on your hands and you don't have a lot of problems with your hands like I do, you probably should be able to finish this. If you're doing it for a newborn or a toddler, you should be able to finish this within a day. I would say 2 days tops, you know, so... Yep, there you have it. So without any further ado, I'm trying to think if there's anything special that you need other than, you know, your hook, the yarn, and you don't have to do it in this color, but it's just a little something for 4th of July. Of course, you need your scissors and possibly a needle to tie in your ends, however you want to do that. All right. So without further ado, folks, let's get started. Okay, guys. So to begin, we are going to make a chain of 59. Okay, so do your slip knot or do a knot like I do. All right, make your chain to 59, and when we're done with that 59, we're going to come back and we're going to make one big circle by connecting it. Okay, so meet me back here after you get your chain of 59 or the length that you want it to. Okay, once you have your chain of 59, what you want to do is follow all the way through, okay, until you get to the end. Make sure that your chain does not twist. I know sometimes it can be quite hard, but do your best. Insert your hook into the very beginning of your chain, and you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Okay? Once you do that, chain up 1, and what we're going to do is go right back into that first stitch that we connected to. So it's this little hole right here, if you can see it. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook into there, yarn over and pull up a loop, and you're going to pull through all 3 on your hook, which creates a half double crochet. Okay, we're going to go to the next chain and we're going to put in 2 half double crochets. So yarn over, go into your next stitch, and one more time into that very same stitch, yarn over and do another half double crochet. And that's going to be the repeat all the way around. You will do 1 half double crochet into the next. And then in the next stitch, you're going to put in 2 half double crochets. Again, next stitch will be 1 half double crochet. Okay, and then in your following stitch will be 2. So remember, all the way around, you put in 1 half double crochet in one stitch, and then in the next stitch you will put 2 all the way around until we come back to the beginning. Okay, so we have now completed round 1. Once you come back to the beginning, I ended up ending in two half double crochets in the last stitch. So I have a total round of 88. Now that is if you did the 59 with me, and I actually had to pull this out and start again to make sure it was right, but that's what I ended up with. The good news, folks, is that there is no specific number that, like, you don't need to end up in odds or evens. It does not matter, okay? Not for the shoulder area of this body work. So once you've come back, what you want to do is slip stitch, into that very first one when you meet back up, okay? Bring your yarn through both loops, and now what you want to do is crochet up 2 chains, right? And that's going to count as my half double crochet. So in that stitch, in that first stitch, let me get closer. And I know this yarn, because of the colors that I'm using, it might be a little bit confusing, but take your time. So that's 1. So here's the next stitch. This guy right here, you are going to do another half double crochet into the very next stitch. Okay? And now you're going to move to the next stitch and do another half double crochet. So that's 3 half double crochets, okay? Remember, that's chain 2 started as, or it counts as a half double crochet. You go here to the next 2 stitches and put in 1 half double crochet. Now in that 4th stitch, right, we're going to put in 2 half double crochets, because basically we are still increasing. All right, got it? So now in the next 3 stitches, we're going to put in 1 half double crochet. So that's 1. Here's the second. And then there's the third. Right? And now in that 4th one, you put in 2. And you're going to do this all the way around. You got that? Again, we are still working. The second row is still an increased row. So the way the second row works is that you have 1 half double crochet in the first 3 stitches, and then when you get to that 4th stitch, you will put in 2 half double crochets in that 1 stitch. You will do this all the way around and meet me back here. Okay, I think I figured out what was wrong with my camera. Okay, so again, don't worry if it looks a little warpy. That's fine. It's going to work itself out. I promise you guys, okay? Because we're going to be flapping this over. So again, you have now completed 2 rounds, okay? 2 rounds of increases. From this point on, all you're doing is rounds of half double crochets, and you will begin every single round. Once you get back to the front, you will go ahead and do a slip stitch, right? You will always chain up 2, 1, 2, and that's going to count as your first half double crochet. I couldn't even speak, right? And so if you're confused and you're just like, okay, so am I starting here? Nope. That chain right here is that stitch. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like right there. I know it looks crazy, but I promise you. So you're just going to do 1 half double crochet all the way around in every single stitch. Okay, there are no more increases. Now, I am saying that there's no more increases, but again, remember, I am doing this based on the fact that I'm trying to make this for a 2-year-old, okay? You may need to do more rounds of increases based on the size that you are making this, okay? So if you're doing this for, I'm going to say, let's say if you were doing it for maybe, I don't know, a 3-year-old, I would say that if you started off with 59, okay, that's fine. You can start off with 59 like I did and just do an additional round of increase. And if you're wondering like, well, Shania, you did your second row with 3 half double crochets and then 2, right, half double crochets into the 4th stitch. So I would just take it up a notch. If you want to do a 3rd round, do 4 half double crochets in 4 stitches, get to that 5th stitch, and then do your 2. Okay, so basically, like I said, if you're on the same page with me, we are no longer doing decreases. We're doing 5 rows, 5 rounds of half double crochets. Once you complete your 5 rounds of half double crochets, we'll meet back with each other so that we can begin to form the actual shoulder and upper torso of this shirt / dress. Okay, so you guys work it on out and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so once you're done and it looks like this, you want to fold it in half. Okay, fold it in half. Now if you followed me right with the 59 stitches, by the time you complete 5, let me see, 5 rows. If you do 5 rows, 5 additional rows, you should come out with 108 stitches. And I actually went 1 more row ahead, so that made mine, I did 6 additional rows, and I wasn't paying attention because I got into the groove and I was watching TV. So then I have 110. So 108 or 110, however made you, large you made this, right? We are now going to fold it, and we're going to go ahead and prepare this for your arm holes. Okay, so let's close this up like we normally do with the slip stitch at the top of the beginning chain. Oops, some people like to go in. I actually like to go in my stitch. Do a slip stitch. Okay, so now what we're going to do just like we did before. We're going to crochet up 1, 2 stitches. That counts as the first half double crochet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do 27 half double crochet across. We're going to work 27 half double crochets in the next 27 stitches. Okay, we're not going to count this as the first one. So basically all you're doing is you're going to continue to do your half double crochets. You're going to go 27. Oh, wait a minute. Did I mess that up? Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to crochet looking down at the camera, and I haven't done it in so long, and it's a doozy. Okay, so let me see how many we got so far. So that's 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute, not counting this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so once you have your 27 across, now we're going to make a chain, and that is going to connect over a certain amount of stitches to produce the armhole, right? So in this case, I'm going to do 12 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, what I'm going to do is skip over a certain amount of chains. And what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to skip over a total of 25 chains. Okay, so how we're going to do that, you're just going to count. You start with the next stitch. Okay, so we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I said skip over 25 because in that 26, right, we're going to go ahead, make sure that your chain is straight. You're going to connect it with a slip stitch. Okay, so you come in right here, okay, yarn over and pull through both loops on a hook. So that's your slip stitch. Okay, so the way it's going to look now is here's your armhole. Now I know it's upside down. So you're going to continue. Okay, here's your slip stitch into that stitch. I know it looks kind of crazy. Hold on. It's the way I had it turned. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to actually go back into the same hole that I did the slip stitch in with my first half double crochet. So again, we're going to half double crochet 27 more stitches, just like we did that first half, okay? Okay, so once you complete your 27, again, you're going to chain up 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Right. So again, you are going to skip 25 stitches. So we said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we go into that 26. Make sure that your chain is straight. Insert your hook like so. Yarn over and do your slip stitch. Okay, you turn your work, and yes, you will have a couple of chains left. Okay, you shouldn't have like 4 or 5. You should have 2, maybe 3 at the most. Okay, we're going to go back into where we did that slip stitch. Tighten up your yarn or the yarn on your hook. I always get confused with this. There we go. You want to go back into that. Wait a minute, hold up. I think what happened was I didn't go under both. That's exactly what happened. I just went under the back loop, so it wasn't sturdy. Slip stitch. It's super hard. There we go. And now go back in with a half double crochet into that same area that you did the slip stitch. Phew! All right. And now continue. I hope I'm not making this complicated for y'all. And now once you get to the closure, you go ahead and do your slip stitch into the top of that beginning chain. Ugh. I know this is the reason why, and that's me and my gauge. It shouldn't be this tight, but I have a habit of getting a little bit too tight with my gauge. Okay. Shoo, y'all should see my face, man. I am sweating. Let's pull that out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Let's flip this over so you guys can see. Okay. Shoo, it's hot in here. Okay, so here's your little arm slots. Okay, and I know y'all like, Shiny, that doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like much right now, but trust me, we're going to press on. All right, there you go. So now what we need to do is start working the body. Okay, so now since we now have our arm holes, okay, and this is the shoulder, the top of the dress or the shirt, right? Now you're going to take your second color. Now, whatever you choose, you know, it doesn't have to be in the same order. So I'm going to do the navy blue, okay? So after we have joined that, remember we slip stitched to close up that last round. You're going to take your, I guess, your second color, in this case, navy blue. Pull your red through, or the last color that you had on your stitch, tighten that up, tighten up your loop. I know it can be tricky sometimes, but we got it. Because what I'm about to do is actually, let me see, I'm going to snip it and then tie a knot. Ooh, I almost slipped the wrong color, y'all. Look, snip. Okay, red's gone. And we're going to crochet over this knot. I know this may not be like the most professional look, but you won't be able to see it, right? And I'm just doing that just to secure it. So the next two rows are going to be single crochets, but I'm actually going to do some increases to kind of get like that little flare out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is chain one. Okay, and I'm going to go back in that same place where I did the slip stitch or that knot, do one single crochet. Okay, and then you're going to go back in again and do another single crochet. Okay, so that's two single crochets in that first stitch, and then in the next two stitches we will do one single crochet. So that's one, and hold, just crochet over those tails. That's one, and then two, right? And then two single crochets in the same stitch. Again, in the next stitch, you do one single crochet, the next stitch, one single crochet, and then in the third stitch, you got two single crochets. Yeah. One single crochet. I'm trying to hide my tail. Another single crochet in the next stitch. And now in that third stitch, you want to say two single crochets. One single, two. In that same stitch. Okay. Oh, I gotta fix that tail, but it'll, okay. So basically you're going to do that same repeat, and then we're going to do something. When we get to this stitch, you'll see what I do when we get here, okay? So continue up until basically that chain where we started making that, the armpit, I guess. The armpit. Do babies have armpits? Of course they do. So continue to go all the way up to here. If you and I did the same stitches, if you're okay, let me put it like this. If you came here in this one right before you got to that chain and you had one, okay, because you see I had one, two, right there, you are going to put 2 single crochets in that little niche. And it might be a little bit tight, depending on how tight you did it. So, actually, and then try to fit another one in there. Now, if you came to the end, because remember, we might not all have the same amount of stitches. Basically, if you had your double, like in that last one, then you would have just put 1. And the thing is that since we're going under the arm, okay, the armpit, from that point on, around this chain, which is a chain of 13, we are just going to put in 1 single crochet until we reach the other side, okay? Now, this is where it's going to get crazy, and y'all going to be like, Sean, you're struggling. So I forgot to tell you guys, like, when you do your chain, to do it kind of loose, because really, you know, like, I prefer to work in my chain. Now, some people would just rather count the amount of chains that they did and work over it. You know what I mean? You can do that. I don't know what that's going to look like, but that's up to you. If you don't want to struggle the way you're about to watch me struggle, then I would suggest that. So if you did 12 or 13 chains, that's how many single crochets that you need to do around this chain and then connect back, right? So here we go. We're going to watch me struggle. This one might not be as bad as I think it is. So I'm just going to I'm going through. Okay? I'm going through. And I'm doing single crochets. Just going through. And you know what? And the reason why I told y'all might be watching me struggle, because what you guys don't know is while I'm doing this right now for you guys, I'm literally crocheting. I can't even talk. Crocheting 2 dresses at one time, or 2 shirts at one time. Y'all just don't see the other one right now. And so, yeah, that other one, I was just like, oh my God, what? This is hard. What did I do? But I managed to go through it, because I tried to go around. I didn't like how it looked. So I'm just going across the bridge, like real slow, like easy does it. Easy does it. Yep. Oh yeah, I did really good with this one. I loosened up. You know what? I think because I learned from the other one. Ugh. Yep. I'm almost across the bridge, y'all. Okay. One more. Wait a minute. Nope. Yeah, okay. So now, wait a minute. Here we go. One more. I think this is where it got hard for me. I was just like, I can't get it. I'm struggling, y'all. Okay. I think I got that right. Why does that look? Wait a minute, hold up. Okay, right there. Yeah, it just looks crazy. Ugh, okay. And now I want to mirror what I did on the other side. So right here is where I'm going to start doing, I'm going to put in 2 single crochets in this same stitch, okay? Because I've crossed the bridge. That's how I want to mirror the other side. That's how I started on the bridge, and that's how I'm going to end on the bridge. And now I can pick back up the sequence that I was doing before, which was 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, right? And then the 2 single crochets, the 2 single crochets in the 3rd stitch. 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Oh, I didn't even look at the camera, y'all. I didn't know it got blurry. Hold on, sorry. And then, what did I say? 1, okay. And then another one right here. And then 2 and the next one. All right. So, hold on. I don't know. I thought I had this thing on lock. I don't know what's going on with my phone. I am really, and this is the same phone I have been using before. And like I said, they did some kind of update, and now it's like I can't get my ratio to act right. But anyway, you're going to follow that sequence all the way around. Remember, when you get to this very last stitch, okay, if you got right here, right, let's look at that. If you got here and you have one right at the beginning of the bridge or that chain, you're going to put in two. If you had two, you're only going to put in one. And remember, going all the way around your chain, you're putting in one until you, oh, here we go. Until you get back to this side, and you will put in, you know, whatever you did on how you began when you crossed the bridge, you always want to mirror it, okay? So we're going to do that all the way around, and I'll meet you back so that we can do the next row of single crochet increases, because it's going to be slightly different, okay? Now I'm back. I've completed going all the way around with that increase of 2 single crochets and the 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochets and 1 stitch, okay? So for me, I have 1 left. I'm just going to do 1 single crochet into that space, and now again slip stitch into the top. Let's see if I can get close without it being blurry. And it's a little bit blurry. There we go. All right, so here comes another row of increases with single crochet, but it's going to be slightly different this time because we really want to get that wave going. So once you slip stitch, you're going to chain up 1, and you're going to go back into that same stitch with 1 single crochet, okay? And now over the next 4 stitches, you're going to go ahead and put in 1 single crochet. Got it? So we got 1. And I'm sorry, you know, I didn't really think about this, that I was doing a light color, I mean, a dark color. So let me see if I can adjust this. Try to make it bright for you. Technology. Okay, we good? Can y'all see that? Is that a little bit better? Okay, so you're going to do 4 more single crochets into every stitch until you get 5 single crochets. So we start off 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. All right, and now once you come to the 6th chain, you're going to put in 3 single crochets in that 1 stitch. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Yep. Next, 5 single crochet stitches. 1. Next chain, 2, then 3. Oh, had a slip out. Hold on. I said 3. This is the 3rd. Right? 4 and 5. And then you put 3 into the next stitch. Okay? You're going to repeat this again. Remember, the next 5 stitches is 1 single crochet in each stitch. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And then in that 6th one, it's 3 single crochets. Okay, So that's what you're doing for this round, okay? And when you get to the little armpit, you are going to do that same combo under the armpit. I know on the previous row, we wasn't doing any increases under the armpits. I did that on purpose. You will continue to do this all the way around until you get back to your starting point. So remember, your first 5 single crochet stitches will be, well, I'm sorry, your first 5 stitches are single crochets in every stitch. When you get to that 6th stitch, you will put in 3 single crochets, okay? And that is all the way around. So do that, and then I'll meet you back here. Now, here we are. I have one more stitch. I had 2 right here, or I mean 3 single crochets in this one. So I have this one right here, if y'all can see that. I'm going to put in 1 single crochet. And now I'm back at the beginning, and I'm going to slip stitch, I know it's dark, into the top of my beginning chain or beginning stitch, right? And when I do that, you're just going to insert the hook in, and then you're going to grab whatever your, I guess if you want to say your third color, yeah, it would be your third color. And if you're not, just continue to do without changing the colors. So I'm going to use white. I'm going to pull the white through all the way through both loops. Okay. Tighten that up, and I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me snip my blue because I'm going to tie a knot. Okay, get that blue out the way. All right. And when I say tie a knot, here's the beginning of my white and the end of my blue. And this is on the inside of the dress, y'all. And we can still work over this, but we're just going to tie this knot like so. Right? Pull this tighter. Grab both tails if you can and work over it. Okay, so when I did that chain 4, that is counting as 1 treble double, let me see, 1 treble crochet. I'm sorry, I have to pause because I'll be like, wait, 1 treble double crochet? It's 1 treble crochet, right? So you chain up 4, and then you're going to wrap around twice, okay, for your treble crochet and go into the next stitch. Try to work over your tails. Pull up a loop, right? And now proceed. And for those of you who don't know how to work a treble crochet, it is the same as working a double crochet, okay? The trick is to remember to wrap around twice, okay? You insert your hook, you wrap around, you pull up a loop. Just act like you're doing a double crochet. And all you're doing is going through the first 2, yarn back over, go through the next 2, yarn over, and go through your last 2. That's a treble. Again, yarn over 2 times, go into your next stitch, work over your tail. You want to pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. Again, repeat 2 times, go into the next stitch, trying to work over those tails, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, and go through the last 2. That's a treble. you're going to do 1 treble crochet in every stitch around. Because basically right here, this row with the trebles, what we are beginning is basically this is going to be the rest of the pattern, this next set of sequins that I'm showing you. So I want you to do 1 treble crochet all the way around in every single stitch. Oh, see, I wasn't paying attention. I was study talking to y'all. Let's go back over that real close. 1, 2. Okay. Go into your next stitch. Pull up a loop. Go through 2. Go through 2. Go through 2. Yeah, because sometimes I get really, really happy. And then next thing I know, I look down. I'm like, oh, I had started doing double crochets and didn't know it. Go through 2. Go through 2. And go through 2. And you're going to do that all the way around. Okay. Meet me back here. And then I'm going to show you what to do for the next row. So I have completed my first round of triple crochets all the way around. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to go back to whatever color you had previously. Okay, so mine's is navy, so I'm going to grab my navy. Oh, wait a minute. You're going to insert, well, we're going to do a slip stitch on top of that first treble crochet. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is, here's the top. Insert your hook. And you're going to, I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go. Pull your color through. Okay. And so now you can snip whatever color you're working. In my case, I'm going to snip my little white. And I'll just do a little knot here like I did previously, just to secure it. Thank y'all for being so patient. I'm really struggling with my camera again. Okay, so once we do the slip stitch and you pulled your second color back through, you are just going to chain 1, right? And remember, we're going to try to work over our tails. Let me see. Where's the white one? I'm trying to crochet over my tails. Okay, so we did that chain 1, and now we're going to go back in, oops, and do a single crochet. And you want to crochet over those tails. You're going to put in 1 single crochet all the way around. In every single stitch. Try your best to hide in your tails as you go along. And we will go back at the very end and clean up, because even though when I'm hiding my tails, I still have to go back and kind of do like snips and clean up. It's just the nature of the beast. I mean, some people are like experts at hiding their tails, not me. Okay, so, phew. Now since I got that out the way, so this is the repeat, folks. Basically, all you're going to do from this point on is once you complete a full round of this single crochet, you will do another row of the same color of single crochet. So here's the repeat for the rest of the dress as far as your length goes, or your shirt. Remember, you had your treble crochets, right, in every stitch around. And then what you're going to do if you're doing, you know, 2 different colors or whatever, you're going to switch out your colors, and then you're going to do 2 rounds of the single crochet in that color. Then you will switch back to your other color, and you will do 1 round of a treble crochet all the way around. So that's the repeat. 1 row of treble, 2 rows of single, 1 row of treble, 2 rows of single. Make it as long as you want, okay? When we are done, then we will begin to work on the edging of the bottom of the dress, and we're going to work around the neck and the sleeves, okay? So basically, that's what you're doing all the way through, okay? I have completed pretty much as many rounds as I'm going to do. And I'm going to say this, it depends on the age of the child, you know. For the 2 little girls that I'm making this for, the twins, they are actually turning 2 this week. And they're just, you know, like I told you before, I mean, they're big 2-year-olds. And when I say big, I'm talking about like torso wise. You know, I think these girls are going to be tall like their dad. So I'm going to say that I completed this to actually fit them like as a swing top. I have not cut off, you know, I haven't cut off my my yarn yet, okay? So basically, I would say when we left off, how many rows were we at? We were here, there, because I said you're going to repeat this. So there's 2 rows of single crochet in between your trebles, right? So we're talking about, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So altogether, I did 23 rows. And I know you're probably like, Shy, are you sure that's 23? Yes, because there are 2 rows of single crochet. You really can't, it doesn't look like it is 2 rows of single crochet, but it is. So also, yes, I'm about to show you guys how I went ahead and did the edging for the neckline. The neckline is just single crochet, but as you can see, and I know this is dark, around the arm, okay, I did basically a cute little, you know, simple stitch. All this is, let me see, give me 1 second. It is half double crochets and 1 treble crochet, all in the same stitch, in every stitch around. So basically it creates like this bobble effect. And now I know it's hard to really see how cute that is in the navy blue. Don't worry about it, because while I have been working on this, remember I said it's a set of twins. So I'm working on this one as well. So as you can see, just the way this starts, their dresses will be similar, but different, okay? So basically, one twins dress, when we started right here, I started with the navy blue and then the white. And as you can see, I'm starting with the ivory, actually, I'm sorry, and then the navy blue. So it actually gives it a different effect. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and do the neckline with you guys and the sleeves in the ivory so that you'll be able to see these bobbles way better, right? So before we get to that, what we're going to do right now, okay, so if you have gotten your shirt or your dress as long as you want it. Of course, if we look at this on the inside, let me go ahead and snip this yarn off right now. Because on the inside, it looks crazy, you know, because I really didn't, I just, when every time I kept connecting, you know, my colors, you know, this is probably what y'all might have. It might look like it's a mess on the inside, okay? Now, being that we're going to gift this, well, I'm gifting it to someone and you're probably making it, you know, you want to clean that up. And for those of you who, you know, if you were a beginner and you're like, okay, Cheyenne, how am I going to clean up that mess? So basically what I just kept doing was tying knots, you know, tying knots, and this is on the inside. So you're going to take your, you can do it pretty much either way you want. You can either snip all of these, because all of mine have knots. I'm just going to snip because it's not enough really for me to be weaving in the ends. There's really nothing to weave in because they're all secured with knots. Okay, so I guess that's the best thing to do. Now I will weave this in, but before I get to that, I know I'm all over the place because I'm so excited, y'all, that I actually finished this. I was just like in time. I'm so excited right now. You know, I think it's super duper cute. But yeah, we'll clean this up together. How about we jump to the edging for you guys? So I'm going to grab my ivory and push that aside, and I can go ahead and do the arms and everything right now because it's going to still have the same outcome, and then all I have to do is work on this one later. Okay. All right, so whatever color, and again, you do not have to do these colors. I just thought it would be a cool dress to make for, you know, 4th of July coming up. It was just a really, really cute idea. Okay, so this is how you want to do it. So let me see if I turn this around. Wait. Okay, so basically make sure that your shirt or dress is turned to the front. Okay, because if it's turned to the front, then I'm going to say the right side. When you start on the right side, you want to make sure you don't start on the back. You want to start on the front. And the reason why that's important is because if you start on the back doing what I'm about to show you, guess what? The bobbles are going to be inside instead of outside. Okay? That makes sense? So what you're going to do is you want to go as close as possible. So right there. Okay, this is like right there under the armpit. You see how that is? And you're going to insert your hook right there. That's where we're going to begin. You're going to grab your yarn. Okay, pull up a loop, pull your tail inwards, and you're going to chain 1. Okay, and that's basically just to secure your yarn. All right. So now what we're going to do is go back into that. We're going to, wait a minute, chain 1, sorry. Go back into that first stitch just with 1 single crochet. Yeah. Okay. And now what we're going to do is in this next chain or next hole, hold on, let me adjust that for you. Okay, that should be better since it's closer. So now the next stitch right there, here, you are going to yarn over because we're going to put 1/2 double crochet. Okay. And then you're going to do a triple or treble crochet. So that's yarn over 2 times and go into that same stitch and do your treble. Okay, so repeat this whole entire sequence. You want to yarn over, go to the next stitch with a 1/2 double crochet. And then do a treble crochet. Again, next stitch, and this is done in every stitch. You're not skipping any stitches. And I know what you're saying. You're like, oh, but if we're doing 2 in 1, it's going to make it the sleeve wavy. We want it, well, I want it. We want it to have a ruffly effect. So now put your treble in. And remember, yarn over, pull through the first 2, pull through the next 2, yarn over, and pull through the last. Again, half double. And then a treble in that same stitch. You're going to do this all the way around. Now, real quick, I'm going to show you so now you guys can see the full effect. This is what that stitch, that navy blue stitch, you see that? Look at that. Oh, you see how that, and look from the side. That's how it's going to look. And if we turn it around all the way around like this, you know, it's going to look like that. That's the effect that we have on this one. See that? Okay, so basically you're going to continue to do that all the way around, and then remember when you get to this last stitch, you're gonna finish it right here the way we started, the way we actually started. So I tell you what, do that sequence all the way around. I'm gonna do mine all the way around, and I'll show you how to finish it once you get over here. Okay, I'm all the way on the other side. Okay, and basically I have 2 more stitches to go, so I'm going to do another half double crochet and a treble into that same stitch. Okay, and so remember, we're going to do exactly what we did here, which was the single crochet. It needs to go, let me see, hold on. So you got, because I'm trying to line this up. Okay, yeah. So right here into this last one is a single crochet. And then basically kind of go right in between that stitch right there. Here's the single crochet, go right here to do a slip stitch. So insert your hook, pull the yarn through all the way through. All right, and finish it off. I think that's wrong. I always do that, but it's a habit. Yeah, I like to do like this, which is really just to make sure it's finished off, and then I sew it in. Make it nice and long. Okay. See, and then that's how it's going to end up looking for this one, right? And actually between the two, for some reason, I like this. let's adjust the lens so we can see them like kind of side by side. Okay, let's push all this out the way. Let's get this little thing together, because now I'm going to do the neck. Show y'all what I did on the other one. See, I don't know. I personally just kind of like, let me see. I don't know. We'll do a side by side, kind of, sort of, even though I'm not done this one. I don't know. I like that. How can I say it? That sequence better, you know, and I like the, you know, the cream better for the edging. But remember, they're twins, and this is perfect because they start off the same, kind of like the way they probably were in the womb. They started off the same, and then they eventually grow into their own personalities. See what I'm saying? I said that. That's Shaniaism right there. Okay. Anyway, so let's continue this so I can get you guys, like wrapping up your project. So basically, like I said, that neck is just simple single crochets. Now, I almost messed up. For the neck, what you want to do is turn your work inside out. Okay, so now this is considered inside out. I would personally find my starting chain. This is when we first started this whole entire project. And basically all I did was insert my hook through here, latch on your color, whatever color that may be, pull your yarn up. Okay, chain up one. And now I'm going to zoom in closer because you are working on the foundation chain, and that is like, oh my God, it's so hard to see the actual stitches. So I'm going to show y'all how I actually got this, like, the look as neat as possible. You see how it kind of goes in between? It looks so neat, but I had to pull it out 2 times to make sure that I got that nice neat look. So I'm going to show you what I did. So what you're going to do is we're basically going in between the stitches to give it a clean look. Okay, so you're going to remember these are single crochets. You see how naturally you want to go under here? Nope, you're going in between like this. You're doing single crochet, try to crochet over your tail. Okay, and I know your concern is it's going to leave a big gap or holes. It's not going to leave big gaps or holes. It's actually going to make it look super duper neat in between the stitches. In between. Nothing but single crochets. You see how if you pull your work apart. And again, folks, this is if you use the cotton yarn, this color you might need, because with this red yarn, you see that it's intertwined with, the ivory. So it plays tricks on the eyes. And like right here, don't get confused and go in that big hole right there. You want to go in, you're trying to go in between. You're keeping it in between. Yeah. See, in between. And when I say in between, basically you're going in between the single crochet posts and below. Okay, that's what it begins to look like. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Yeah. I got that right? Okay, there we go. Yep, and you just keep going. Because every time you stick your hook in there, you're thinking, oh my God, they're leaving big holes. It looks like that, but in the end, I think because when you work all the way around and you get in all the stitches, that it closes it up somehow. I don't know. I'm doing the exact same technique that I did for the blue ridging. Nothing different. Okay, so basically that's, and see how nice and uniform and neat that looks. So you're going to do that all the way around the neckline and then meet me back here and then we'll finish that off, okay? Now I am at my last stitch and I'm going to, excuse me, slip stitch right into that top of that beginning. And we're going to finish that off. So remember, you should have been doing this on the inside out. And now I'm going to flip it back over. And there's your edging. Hold on. And it's nice and clean all the way around. You see how that looks? Nice and clean all the way around. All the way around. Yep. Very nice, very nice. So I have to finish out this one. Okay. Yep. So that's how you do the neck and that cute little, you know, bobbles on the sleeve, and it makes it a little more frilly or ruffly. So let's go back to our finished product. I'm gonna zoom out here. And I told you I was gonna, basically I'm just gonna go back and clip all of this, clean all of this up. Let me see. I need to get my needle. I'm like so excited, but I could have probably had this done sooner, but I was working on both of these at the same time, and at some point I was just like, you know what, I just got to focus on one. So if I have a long tail, I'm going to do my best to try to do the traditional, you know, weave in with the needle. Now, I do have some unorthodox ways of how I do my, I normally don't like to show people this on the screen because they'd be like, wait, what does she do? I'm just cleaning up my project on camera, which I normally don't like to do because I don't want to be judged on how I'm doing things. And people be like, that's not how you do that. Well, it's how Shania does it. It's how Pinky Hooks does it. Okay, folks, and there you have it. It is just the cute, I'm calling this the little waving flags shirts or dresses. That's it. It is supposed to be a swing top for these particular baby girls that, you know, toddlers that I made this for. This is for a size, not a size, but these are for 2-year-olds. They just turned 2. And yes, now since I have cleaned it up, as you can see, it fits very loose around the arms. They have huge, like a lot of arm, you know, space or whatever. It's supposed to just drape on them. It's just like lazy country time, you know, 4th of July type little shirt or dress. I really, really do like the way this turned out. Now, I was going to put, you can put some ribbons on this dress or maybe some cute little buttons. I'm not sure. I might put 2 little buttons on there. Maybe, maybe not. But, you know, it's just simple. It's just simple, you know. And yes, it's supposed to fit super wide and it's going to drape off of them. And I can't wait. And so now, since you see, so I have to finish this dress, you know, because I was literally working on both of these at the same time. But I wanted to give you guys an idea of what, like, how you can switch, you know, that look. So I think this is probably showing like, okay, I have to get real close up there so y'all can see the navy because far away it shows black. But yeah, I like this. And I think this one is going to be my favorite versus this one, just because of the way the colors are set. So that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys like this. Just to let you guys know, I think this will take, I don't know. It probably should only take you a day to do. But as you can see, I was trying to work 2 dresses at one time. So, you know, this was, it probably took me a little bit longer than necessary. So that's it. This is the waving flag 4th of July toddler shirt or dress. Leave a comment below. Tell me how this worked out for you. If you're going to attempt to do this, if you decided to do it in other colors, that's fine. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And I guess that's it. Yeah, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video, you know, and hopefully I can get one more project out before the 4th of July hits here. So if you are willing to make this, like I said, it should take you about a day, especially if you don't work like I do, like a regular full-time job. You should be able to crank this out, okay? If you're trying to get it done for 4th of July. So until next time, everybody, thanks for watching. Hit that like button and think about subscribing. I will see you guys soon. Take care.